Well, we're here in the Lieutenant Page's office. Lieutenant Page has gone to the dogs here. I'm with Chase and Sergeant Sgt Willey as we continue our series of Meet the Ellsworth Police Officer. And Sean, we've got Chase here who I think is talk about Deflategate. He's destroyed that ball, and he loves that ball.
He likes the tennis ball. That's his reward for a lot of things he does, and it keeps him active. And we spend a lot of the time during the day just playing with the chucket, running him. Yeah. You know, keeping his energy level down because he is such a high energy dog.
All right. So you are the K-9 police officer for the Ellsworth Police Department.
Yes.
How long have you been here at Ellsworth?
Since 2003.
Okay. And how long have you had Chase?
We got Chase in 2012.
Okay, so he's 3 years living, and a lot of people don't know. I mean, when a police officer has a canine unit, they become part of your family.
Yeah, he lives right at home with me, and interacts with the family, and you know, he's a kind of a regular dog at home. He still has some work stuff that he brings home with him, but he has his own room in the house, and he hangs out there. And
do you have children at home?
Yeah, I have a stepson. He plays with him and does stuff with him. Yeah.
It's funny because I live in Bangor, and Dan Scripture used to be the K-9 officer in Bangor, and had a dog. And I mean, it's funny because I mean, there's family time and there's definite work time.
Right. Oh yeah, they know. He knows when he puts his harness on and his other gear that he's going to work, and yep, little change in attitude and things like that.
So where did you? There's a substantial amount of training that goes in, not only for Chase but for you. Tell us a little bit about the training that was involved.
Yeah, for him, for me, so much. This is my second dog.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yep. The first dog, the program got started back in 2005 again, and my first dog was a shepherd, and I did some training with him out of state, and then we came back and certified in Maine. But this guy, he came from Coastal K-9, which is Rod and Tracy Sparkwitz. They're locals. They donated him along with North Edge K-9. Had done a lot of training with him, and that's actually who we purchased him from. They're down in Portland. So a lot of training. It's 480 hours to get certified for patrol work and 320 for drugs. That obviously doesn't all happen at once, but it is quite a extensive training program.
I mean, and it's a substantial investment for the city because, I mean, they have to pay for the food, and I mean, if he obviously eats quite a bit.
Yeah, he eats about a bag a month, somewhere right in that time, area. But yeah, no, it is an investment for the city. We were fortunate enough; we only paid $3,500 for him. It's kind of crazy because you can't buy a good working dog now for right around $8,000.
Right.
Is the going price, and he was in an area where he needed to be worked, and the person had him, needed to get rid of him so they could start training another one. So we got quite a deal on the price.
How old is he?
He's 5.
Okay.
Yep.
And you said he's a Belgian Malamute.
He's a Malinois.
Malinois.
Belgian Malinois. Yes.
Okay.
It's like a if you take a German Shepherd. He's like a German Shepherd on steroids, basically. Yes. So much energy. They don't have fear. They have a lot less health issues with their back. Knock on wood. Yeah. But yeah, they're just overall more of a working dog.
So he goes on patrol with you.
He does.
And it's different. I mean, it's probably like having a partner that doesn't talk back all the time and have to make a lot of conversation.
Right. He talks back. Trust me. He barks and screeches and things like that. But yeah, no, he's back there all the time in the car. If I get out of the car, you'll hear him barking if you're around. I mean, that's what he does. He lets people know that he's there. And he's also just trying to deter people from doing stuff to one of us or somebody in the public.
Right. So police K-9 units are certified in certain things. Tell us about Chase.
Yeah, so Chase is a patrol dog, which covers everything from obedience. He has to go through an agility course, climbing ladders, hurdles, culverts, jumps, things like that. Evidence recovery. For instance, if we're looking for a weapon or a knife or something that somebody had tossed on us in the woods or the grass or something, I can send him out there and he'll recover that because it has human scent on it.
Right.
And then does building searches. So if we have an actual burglary, a building that we suspect that was burglarized, I can send him in and he can clear the building a lot quicker than humans can, and at a lot less risk for us. And then he does tracking, and then he does apprehension work and protection of me and the other officers here.
Right. Now, the chief said you had a couple of big chase or tracking in the spring. Tell us about some of those.
Yeah, no, we've had some very successful tracks. We were part of the missing, I believe she was 2.5-year-old girl out on the Bucksport Road. We were doing our thing and making some S-turns trying to find her scent, and we came across her. That just goes back to your basic training, working around. And then most recently we were involved in a search down on Mountain Desert with an 81-year-old man who had dementia or Alzheimer's, I'm not sure which, but it was a very old track, and we actually got on we didn't know really where he went. We were trying some things out. We got on the right track, and we found 2 of his shoes along the track.
Oh, wow.
It was in the still winter, springtime, and it was pretty nasty down through there, and so we were able to get the warden services with me. They were able to get wardens up ahead, and we actually were able to find him, and he was quite a ways ahead of us, believe it or not. But suicidal people, we deal with those a lot. There was a gentleman that had cut his throat and wrist down here at the city pier and wandered off, and the officers had actually checked the area, didn't find him, and I came in and put him in the person's car where he was last seen, and he smelled around, and away we went, and within about 20 minutes we had him. And got him up to the hospital to get the medical care he needed.
Right.
So we've had some good luck.
He's a rambunctious dog. I mean, when you've got to stop probably. I mean, it's not like when you're out on patrol, you've got to stop and run him a little bit, don't you?
Oh yeah, no, I stop and I let him out at parking lots and play the ball with him or things like that, or throw an article out, some type of article, and have him go find it. And it's the training is a constant thing. It's just not. We have to train so much with a certified trainer per month, but it's also I have to do a lot with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's great. But there's something about a dog. I mean, when a dog is coming at you, if you're a bad person, I mean, it is probably worse than a police officer coming at you. I mean, you might think that, oh, okay, I can hide from a police officer. With Chase and his nose and the barking, I'm sure when he's on track, I mean, that is just, it's going to be the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be intimidating, and we've never actually had a physical apprehension with him. People have always given up.
Oh, I would think.
And it's hard to gauge how much he actually deters problems for us, And when we show up down at some of the bars in the late nights and there's problems out there, people really don't want to have anything to do with him.
Oh, no.
So.
Oh, no. I mean, when just having him brush up against me, you can feel the strength.
Yeah, he's 84 pounds and he's just all muscle. He's all muscle, no fat on him.
What's the best thing about being a police officer here in Ellsworth?
I just being here. It's where I started, and
how long have you been on the force?
Since 2003.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like very long, but there's been a lot of change just since 2003 with the way of life here and the things we see and deal with that most people think it's a quaint little community, and sometimes it really isn't the case, and it's just changed a lot. So things I like about here is you never know what's going to go on. That's what I love about my job. It's always, you could be doing nothing 1 minute and you're right to 100, the next minute going.
As much as we like to believe that Maine is the way life should be and things of that sort, I mean, there are a lot of drugs in the area, and there's more coming in all the time.
Yeah, it's a constant. Drugs are a constant battle. You know, the main drug enforcement in our area has an office, and I mean they're just overwhelmed with everything because that's, you know, kind of their specialty. You know, patrol does what they can, you know, for our department, but
Yeah.
we're you know, we're busy answering calls. We're kind of moving on to the next thing, and you know, sometimes when we can do an investigation, when we know we've really got something concrete, then you know we go for it right full force. But it's a constant battle. He is also a drug dog, and you know, he does several different kinds of drugs that he can smell. So we use him when we can, in, you know, instances where it's possible and practical and legal. So
Yeah. I mean, you know, we just wrote a story on the WDEA website about another meth bust up north. I mean, it's between the people, and I mean, yes, we love all the tourists, but my gosh, if the people from New York and Massachusetts could leave their drugs at home,
Right.
they'd be welcome. But
Right.
my gosh, the amount of people, or it just seems like that are bringing that poison into our area.
yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of transients in it. You know, I know you said the out-of-staters, but it's just not them. I mean,
No.
it is here, unfortunately, and we see it more and more every day, and that drives a lot of our crimes that we have to deal with, the thefts and the burglaries.
Yeah, I mean, because obviously they need the money to purchase the
Right.
drugs.
Yeah, and a lot of times they'll go to any means to do whatever they can do, and to be able to do that. So,
If you could change anything, what would you change if there was anything you could change?
as far as
I guess policing, or I mean, you know, I think we're kind of lucky around here in that there's respect for the police. I mean, you know, you see some of the other communities, and you know, credit to the Ellsworth Police Department, the MDI Police Department, who seem to do that kind of that community outreach
Yeah.
to try and diffuse some of that any potential anxiety between the public and the police.
Yeah, no, I think since Chief Coleman's took over, we've really, we did a lot of community involvement before. It might have been kind of not as public, but I think we've really stepped to the forefront, if you will, and really tried to show
Yeah.
the community that, you know, our involvement and our concerns and things like that. I know there's going to be some more things coming out as far as community involvement that we're going to get involved with, Coffee with a Cop, and,
Yeah.
and try to do something maybe with the kids with some type of topic like that.
I know that you know, the Ellsworth Police Department's been involved in the schools in terms of the every 15-minute program. There's not a DARE officer though, per se.
No, there isn't. And we've looked at putting somebody back in the school, and I think it's something that's probably will eventually happen here. It is something we need to bring that communication line together
Yeah.
between the kids and the students. You know, right now we have some people that coach up there, and that really is a benefit.
Sure.
To the students and the police department, because they know somebody and they feel
Yeah.
comfortable they can talk to him. So, but I think that's another thing in the future that I think we're really working towards is something like that.
That ball is under the computer table now.
It's not good.
All right, let's
Chase.
go outside and we'll watch Chase in a little bit of action.
Okay, sounds good.
We're out of Lieutenant Page's office because we didn't want to destroy it any more than what had happened.
Right.
Harold, I'm sorry about your office. All right, so this is Chase's office.
It is.
Really, I mean, and one of the things that we hear about and everyone's told, don't take your dog in the car, especially in the summer months. And you're telling me that people come up to you and they're like, oh, okay, great. You tell us not to have our dog in the car, but Chase is in the car all day long,
Right.
or all while you're on patrol.
Right.
So this car, though, is specially outfitted for the dog.
Yeah, no, this, I do get people to come up in the summertime worrying about that he's too hot, or actually even in the wintertime worrying that he's too cold. But
Yeah.
no, this vehicle's specially outfitted for a canine unit. It has a heat sensor, a couple different positions in the vehicle. So if it does get too hot or too cold, it will actually roll down the windows in the summertime, so it can get some fresh air in there if the engine happened to stall or something like that. and it also sounds the horn into an SOS pattern. So it's very loud. Somebody is going to call and say, hey, why is this police car doing this if nobody's around it?
Right.
So that, that is a specialty feature that's in there. It also has a door popper system, what I call it. It enables me to release him if I'm away from the vehicle. If I need him for something, I can actually hit a button that I carry, and it will pop the door open. It has a big spring on it, and out he'll come.
And when he comes out like that, when you're not there, the first thing on his mind is, I've got to go find Sean.
Yeah, no, I got to find Dad, and he's on a mission. He knows, we train that when they come out of that door, they know that they're looking to protect me.
Right.
So he's looking, he's looking for me. If I'm wrestling with somebody or something bad's going on, he's coming over to get in the fight.
And Sgt Willey was kind enough to offer to let me put the sleeve on, but Mom and Dad, you didn't raise no fool. And I wisely said, no, I won't do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, his car also has it's a specialized kennel. The whole back seat is taken out. The doors are all specialized with a metal on them. There's screens in the windows, and it's a very safe area for him. It's actually kind of like a roll bar. So if it wasn't an accident, he's very protected in there.
Right.
They're made specifically for canines. That's what.
And Chase is part of the force.
Right. Yeah. No, we gotta make sure that he's got all the proper equipment to be able to do his job, and that he's protected the same. Just like he has a bullet resistant, stab resistant vest that I can put on him if needed.
And those aren't cheap. Those are what. About $1,500.
Yeah, no, they are pretty expensive, and that was donated to us by the Petco Foundation. So, yeah, we've been very fortunate. A lot of people like to help out with the canine program, and they know that it is a good thing. And you don't always see us doing things, but that doesn't mean that it isn't promoting good safety in the community.
And Chase has his own name on the car.
Yeah, he has his own name. We put some stickers on here to
exactly.
try to keep people away. He doesn't like people near his vehicle. He's very protective of it. And,
well, but that's because you're in it.
Right. Or even if I'm not in it, if you came over and we're peering around the window, he's going to be barking.
Right.
Saying, "Hey, get away! It's my vehicle. You're not supposed to be here."
All right. We'll stop the camera. We'll let you bring him out safely.
Yeah.
And then watch him in action.
Yeah, we'll put a couple items of evidence over there and let him search, and maybe you can see what he does there.
Okay.
So we're going to just do a little evidence recovery scenario with Chase here, and I got a leather sheath on a knife. This is something that we look for evidence sometimes when people have discarded guns, knives, brass knuckles, things of that nature. Sometimes it might be stolen property, it might be a purse or a credit card or things like that. We'll deploy him in an area, and he can search around, and he can usually find it a lot quicker than any of us humans can. So I'm just going to toss that over there. There's already some brass knuckles out there, and we'll get him out here in a minute and let him go to work. All right, fine. So what he's doing is he's looking for stuff with human scent on it. He'll lay down. He's going to stay right at the article. He puts it right between his legs. Stay. Good boy. Good boy. He works basically solely on a reward basis, and off he goes. Here. Good boy. Out. All right, let's go work. Find it. Come on, go work. You can tell he's sniffing. He's really searching for whatever he can find with human scent on it. Come on, find it. Chase, here. Come. Come on. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Stay. You stay. You stay. Good boy, buddy. Good boy. Yeah, it's a good boy. There we have it.